Thanks for tuning in to the Realtor Moms podcast. We are Tasha and Jamie, full-time realtors in the FM and surrounding areas, and admittedly average moms. This is how we sell homes and try to keep our kids alive. Today on the Realtor Moms podcast, we're going to continue on with kind of our rapid fire questions. And today, Jamie's in the hot seat.
I am.
Yes. So, really right now, we're going to focus today on kind of questions that many times sellers have for us as agents. Okay. And I should add, we do help with buying and selling. So if you have
if you haven't figured it out by now.
But if you have any questions or want to talk to us about your buying and selling needs, feel free to give me and Jamie a call or leave us a comment. We'd be happy to help you through the process. So Jamie, now on to the episode.
Okay.
Here are some common questions that we get asked. And so Jamie has not seen my list.
I have not.
No, you have not.
This is all off the cuff.
Here we go. Off on the cuff. So, the first question we get asked many times, and this is my question for you.
About selling homes,
About selling homes. Well, one thing I'm going to ask is, do you work full-time or part-time in this real estate industry?
Very, very much full-time.
Yes.
Part of what I think makes me, and I know you do this too, but what makes us a little bit different than some other agents is we are full-time real estate agents. We do not do this part-time. We do not do this on the side. We don't have other side jobs.
This is not the side hustle.
Yeah, no, aside from keeping our families alive, like we say. But no, we do this full-time. And another thing that makes a big difference when you are a full-time realtor is that we're available outside of just your typical 8 to 5 or 9 to 5. We are kind of available almost 24/7. We ask for a little courtesy.
Yes.
Try not to call after 9 or before 8 is my thing, unless it's an emergency. But we really are available 7 days a week. And yes, I would definitely declare that as at least full-time. So
I was actually taking a phone call or two on my anniversary. So yes, we do work.
We work full-time.
Full-time. Okay, the next question. Why should a seller use you instead of selling it themselves?
Oh, for sale by owner versus use me. These are tough questions. So, I like to tell people, if you have somebody who's interested in your home and you know them and you know that they're going to produce and you're going to get this deal done, by all means, sell it on your own. That's just fine. But we're here when you need us. So sometimes I'll say, would you buy a car on Craigslist? And some people are perfectly comfortable with that, but others aren't. And then I say, well, now take that value and times it by 10. This is your largest investment for a lot of people, the largest investment of their entire life. So leaving that up and not up to just whomever answers the phone on the other end or somebody that they don't know or trying to do it all on their own maybe isn't the most solid choice. So hiring a professional to help you with that really big asset, to get it done right, and to help you get the highest number of most qualified buyers attracted to your home, I really think is the reason that I do what I do, that we do what we do.
Yes.
It's to help you make it not only a lot easier, because it isn't just putting a sign in the yard and waiting for phone calls. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes and a lot of preparation throughout the entire listing time and even after you've accepted a contract. It's not just get a buyer who's interested and says they'll buy it and then show up and close. There's really a lot that goes on behind the scenes too. We have to sell it to the buyer, then to the buyer's inspector, and then to the buyer's appraiser, and then to their underwriter, and then bring everything to closing. And so I think people don't understand that. How's that for an answer?
Oh, that was good. That was better than I could do.
Well, yeah, we're here if you need us. We're not opposed if you want to give it a try on your own, but realtors generally, I think the statistic is somewhere around 10%. We usually sell homes for approximately 10% higher of value than someone who tried to sell it on their own. So that more than covers the brokerage fees that I charge, that Tasha charges. Every company's a little different, but yeah, we definitely think it's worth the investment.
Well, my follow-up question, what costs are associated with selling a home? What are the costs?
Your number one cost really when you're selling a home is going to be what you pay your broker to list and sell the property. And that broker is covering all of the advertising costs, and our company is, we're paying for all the advertising, having the open houses, the signage, all of those things associated with selling your home, getting the ads on Zillow, and we do social media ads, and we'll even do advertisements in the paper for your open houses and things like that.
Well, I know you and I, what we both do as well is we target market. We look at the home and we see who is the potential buyer for this home, and then we target market to that specific subset of people
on several social media sites. That's exactly right. And we've got a marketing team in-house here at Per Company who helps us really narrow down those targets so that we are spending money on the right people.
Efficiently.
We're doing it really efficiently. So,
yep.
Go back to your question again.
Yeah. What costs are associated with selling a home?
So those are costs that we cover for you. So you're paying your brokerage fee. And then another thing is that also pays for the assistance of a buyer's agent, a professional buyer's agent on the opposite side of the transaction. So that's kind of behind the scenes stuff, but essentially your brokerage fee covers a lot more than just having us there.
Well, I always say it gets split between 4 sides.
It gets split between at least 4 sides.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both brokerage firms, both agents.
Right.
So.
And then, in addition to that, obviously you're paying off your mortgage, and you are going to be prorating or paying off a portion or whatever agreed upon portion it is of your taxes and your specials. And there are some closing fees that a title company would charge for updating an abstract, taking your name off the title, those kinds of details. So those are relatively minor, but essentially that's what you pay. And we also want to remind you too that at Per Company we don't charge any paperwork fees or anything like that. So
no transaction or administration fees.
No administration fees when we give you our brokerage fee to list your home. That's it.
Perfect.
That's what we charge. So.
Perfect. Well, next question.
Yeah.
How do I prepare my house to sell? So if I was selling my house and you were the agent, what steps and what tips would you give me to prepare my house?
Well, so I like to come and visit the house actually before you're 100% ready. Like, it's okay if you've got laundry out and the kids' toys haven't been picked up and the lawn needs mowing. Like, I do not care. Tasha, you're looking the same way. We do not care. We would like to get in before you go and spend $5,000 on that kitchen tile. Like,
maybe you don't need to do that.
Let us come in and help you decide what your return on that kind of investment is, so that you know what you're getting into before you spend that money. Maybe we can give you other alternatives, or maybe we could steer you away from that really wild pattern that you were planning on and help you choose something that's going to be the most attractive to the largest number of buyers. So let me come in and take a look at the house, give me a month before you're ready, if you have that amount of time. Don't be afraid to call us, quote unquote, too soon, because it's really never too soon. And then we'll kind of get a game plan for what updates or improvements or changes, or maybe it's just decluttering that you need to do, and get a timeline in place for when you'll have those items checked off your list. And then we'll come back, have another appointment where we're reviewing, making sure the house is ready for photos, stage it if it's necessary.
Yeah, that was my next question. Will you help stage my home?
You bet I'll help stage. Yeah, sometimes we, in our own spaces, we have the hardest time putting things in a place that maybe is the most appealing to the eye, because, well, Dad always likes to sit in that chair facing that TV in that exact way.
Maybe just for a month. Dad's gotta make do.
Right. Or let us come in and we can kind of be the bad guy, quote unquote, and we can tell Dad that he has to move his chair just for a little while. Maybe it's just for photos, but then we can help you. We can help you get the house organized in the most attractive way so that it photographs really well and is the most appealing. So, and then we go hire a professional photographer.
Yes, professional photographer.
I know there's so many steps. Like, I'm trying to make it short. I'm not doing a very good job, but help you stage, get it photographed professionally. I spend another day making sure that the description is concise but accurate and really appealing. And then we go on the market. And we can do it all in roughly about 24 to 48 hours if you're really pressed for time. But don't be afraid to let us in, maybe even a month before you're ready, if necessary, so that we can have that time to get you set up as effectively as possible.
Great. What rooms or projects do you think provide the best, ROI or, rate on return?
Yeah, the best return on your investment. Everybody says kitchens and baths, and I think those really kind of ring true. Also, curb appeal. So, get the weed whacker out Trim the bushes if they need trimming. Add some plants.
Add some plants
color.
needed.
Yeah, we've got a whole episode that we did on cuting up your curb appeal. So check that out. But inside the house, it really is kitchens and baths. If you've got...
What about flooring? What if you have really bad flooring or a carpet that's very old?
No, we get that question quite a bit. You know, somebody's got carpet and they say, well, we don't want to change it because maybe the buyer would want to pick something out themselves. I understand where you're coming from, but here's the God honest truth about this. The buyers are spending a lot of their disposable income on just buying the house. They don't have any left when they get in there. Not always, but let's just talk in general. They don't have a lot of cash left to make that change once they get in there. And seeing those photos with that ripped up or badly soiled carpet on the MLS gives them an impression, maybe, and probably inaccurately, that you haven't taken care of the home. So unfortunately, we hate to ask you to spend money, but having that flooring look clean, number one, and relatively appropriately, modern, also helps a lot. I would go ahead and replace the flooring if it needed it. Yeah.
I love that you're talking about this right now because I'm sitting here ready to answer all the questions, but you're answering it for me in the way that I would answer because I'm going through a situation like that right now with the potential listing coming on the market.
Yeah, we understand too that sellers don't have a lot of money to be putting into their house either, but we also need to guide you towards making the best possible choices with that, that budget that you do have for preparing your home to sell. So
perfect. What do you believe affects the price of a home? Like, what are some of those areas, ideas, location? What are the things that you think affect the house price the most if you're comparing one home to another?
Oh man, this
I
can
know.
go
I know.
in
I
so
saved.
many
I
directions.
saved. I pushed. You pulled a hard one on, tough one on me the last time. I'm doing it to you.
You're right. I don't know that there's anything that doesn't matter is a really short answer, but everything from the size of the lot to the orientation of the home on the lot, the layout, how easy is it to get your groceries out of your car in the garage up to the kitchen, to, maybe you've got acreage or maybe you're on a lake. Not only being from one lake to another lake can drastically change the price of your house, but also what side of even the same lake can definitely have an effect. So, but as for what you can do about what you have, property condition is probably one of the number ones, not only because, like we were just talking about with the carpet, people have sort of an impression when they see items that are in a state of disrepair or are dirty. Anything you can do to make your home as clean and as tidy and neat as possible is really one of the top items. Some fresh paint goes a really long way, again with the curb appeal. There are some other things too, like market trends right now. Ramblers, I think, are probably pulling a little bit higher dollar per square foot if you want to go in that direction. They seem to be really sought after. 2 stories are probably right up there too. But there's nothing wrong with a beautiful split level that's been absolutely well maintained and has great curb appeal too. So it really kind of depends on the buyer, but location, property condition are probably my top 2 for what's affecting the asking price.
Perfect.
How's that sound?
That sounds great. So, Jamie, those were all my questions that I had for you today.
I'm out of the hot seat.
You're out of the hot seat. So, if you have any questions or if you want to talk to us about your real estate needs, feel free to comment and let Jamie and I know how we can best help you.
Reach out. And we want to say, too, we've got a really great app, the Park Company app.
Yes.
So as you're driving around, sometimes a really good thing that sellers can do is look at some of the other homes that might be pretty similar to theirs.
Yes,
to
that's a
get
great
an eye
idea
for the market. So we have got a fantastic app. We're going to leave a link in our listing, or I want to say listing, but in our post. Link on our post so you can pull up the Park Company Home Spotter app. It's fabulous. Has a really cool park scan feature. You can hold it up to a house and see all the details of what's inside. And it's not just for Park Company houses either. It's literally anything on the market. So.
Yes, we'll actually leave that on our Facebook page. So if you haven't gone out and liked our Facebook page, go.
Please.
Realtor Moms Podcast. So perfect.
Thanks for listening. Thank you for listening. Replay or hear more episodes at RealtorMomsPodcast.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram with #RealtorMomsPodcast. This podcast is produced by Jamie R. Swenson and Tasha Barrett of Park Company Realtors, 28 North 10th Street, Fargo, North Dakota 58102.